Hi, I'm Melanie Elwood, and this is my presentation on India and Pakistan, a messy divorce. Why? So some background information before we get started is India was a great resource that Britain had, but after World War II, they kind of lost control and didn't have enough resources. Britain started to have ideas to separate the Hindu and Muslim religions. The main people involved in this separation and partition were Lord Mountbatten. He was part of the royal family. He oversaw the creation of the partition and handed over the power from Britain to India. Gandhi, he was the leader of the independent movement, and he was very much against the partition from what I was reading for this project. Jinnah, as we have learned a lot this semester, was considered the founding father of Pakistan. Cyril Radcliffe, he was the British judge responsible for sketching the line that would divide the nation. There was a big push towards the separation, but Britain was very hesitant on separating a nation based on religious differences. But there was already a lot of bloodshed between the Hindus and the Muslims that was occurring at this time. It was kind of a hasty solution. They thought it would be a fix, that it would eliminate bloodshed. Radcliffe drew the borders with very little research or knowledge about the land or people. He visited once, but it's said that he didn't take the time to go out and explore the land and see where the line should be drawn. The plan went into effect about 11 months before the people had thought, which really caught them off guard, and they didn't know what to expect. The aftermath was there was people finding themselves or their families on the wrong side, trying to get over while also trying to survive. The fights got even bigger and they got worse, and there was a lot more bloodshed. It's an estimated 75,000 women were raped and many were disfigured and dismembered. About a year later, more than 15 million people had been uprooted. Between 1 to 2 million were believed to be dead, and India and Pakistan started fighting over Kashmir, and they are still fighting because India thinks they should keep ruling, but Pakistan thinks that they should have it because it's a predominantly Muslim place. This quote by Nasid Hajari illustrates the aftermath of what had happened during this partition. And it says, gangs of killers set whole villages aflame, hacking to death men and children and the aged while carrying off young women to be raped. Some British soldiers and journalists who had witnessed the Nazi death camps proclaimed partition's brutalities were worse. A summary of what we have learned is that Britain didn't have the resources to control India after World War II, and Britain leaves India in 1947, causing the partition and creation of Pakistan. The division was in hopes of limited fighting between the Hindus and the Muslims, and only caused more casualties and colossal waves of migration. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned a little bit more about India and Pakistan.